The movie Endor will look familiar to you. It's being shot right now in more than 20 locations. Among them, we've got Omaha, Springfield, Fremont, and even Council Bluffs.
It's described as a unique, scary, and fun horror film. Two of the people behind it join us this morning.
Yeah, writer, director, and producer Faustus McGreaves and Julia Farrell is the lead actress. Good morning,
Nice
both
to
of
meet
you.
you.
Thanks
Hi,
for having
Julia.
us.
Endor, this movie. Explain what this is. Set it up for us.
Well, Endor actually comes from, many people think of the Ewok planet in Star Wars, but it actually...
Was it named Endor?
It was
Ewok?
It's
Endor,
funny you say
yes.
that because our graphics guy this morning, it's the first thing he mentioned. Yeah.
So we get that, like, where are the Ewoks? It actually, and maybe that's where they got the name in that the franchise Star Wars, is that it comes from the Old Testament. It's a story in Samuel where Saul goes to see the witch of Endor and raises Samuel from the dead because God has sent an evil spirit after him. And so we thought, wow, this is such a great story. It seems like a great tragedy. And so we use that as our basis for Endor. Although Endor is a contemporary film,
Yeah.
it's not a biblical war film or anything like that.
Julia, it's kind of a road trip
Yeah.
for you and Russ.
Yep, the two main characters, Kira and Russ, they've been dating for a year, and they're coming from Colorado to visit his parents in Omaha, so they're doing a fun, what should have been a fun road trip.
But
There's
then,
some twists and turns.
yeah. But what's interesting to me is how you really get to the scary stuff, because there's a lot of development early on, and that was intentional, right? That you had seen so many horror films over the years, and you felt like there just wasn't much there to identify, to relate
You
to.
know, when you watch these films, and if it's just, you know, the next person that dies and you don't care about the people, that's not scary. You know, then it's just oh, okay, let's see how creative they can die. So to actually get people into these characters in their lives and then put them through the ringer as they go throughout the rest of the movie, it's going to give you an emotional connection as you watch it.
Yeah, you got to build a relationship with these characters, essentially what you're saying. So why is this being shot in this area? I mean, you're from, well, you have some ties to Omaha, and so do you to Nebraska. But why Omaha, Nebraska?
Well, you know, our first film was filmed here too, and we filmed in the city, and we wanted to show Nebraska life as a city atmosphere, and now this one we're out in the country. So we wanted to show both kind of worlds going on. But, you know, there's a lot of great talent here, and it just doesn't get featured as much. And so, I mean, I love Nebraska. I've been here for a long enough time to call it my home, and you know, why not just film here?
What goes into the process with a horror film? Because you want the stuff to look real. You're not trying to make some like Sharknado version,
right,
like
yeah.
a Midwest horror film. So you do a lot of things like with makeup artists and costume design. And Julia, for you as an actor, what is that like? And we might even have some pictures that kind of show our viewers.
It's
give them a
actually what
look.
I love the most with horror films in general and anything. It's a lot of special effects, but with actual props, you know, not the CG, not the computer graphics. And it's just amazing because it's its own art form. It takes a lot of talent to be able to create something that realistically.
What goes into this? The makeup, the special effect, to create those special effects, and it's got to probably drive up the budget a little bit, doesn't it?
Oh, sure, yeah. I think our first film's budget was $2,000, and this is much higher than that. But it's actually a company called Wetworks that are right here in Omaha, Nebraska,
They're
and they
amazing.
do amazing work. I've never seen, actually, they actually get hired outside of the state because they're so good, and we're so lucky just to actually have them living down the street.
So they make casts, they do all of this stuff.
Yep.
It's so elaborate. I feel like when you're putting this together, just as an audience, we go and we sit down, we watch a movie, but it's cool to know how much went into creating every single element of it, even if it was only on screen for a second.
It's hours of work.
Was this for you,
behind
this
it.
video that we're looking at, Julia? Was this head
Yes.
cast? Was it yours?
Yes.
Your head cast?
Yeah.
I think so.
It
What's
is.
involved with that? What
Are
are
you
they?
in a dentist's office? No, I'm
Yeah,
just kidding.
actually,
Yeah, that is a dentist office
Is it
that
really?
we use for the
molding,
that.
they make teeth.
Oh, that's crazy. I was kidding.
Actually, that looks like it was Derek, but I had to do the
Uh-huh.
same process, and that was really interesting because you're just, your senses are all subdued, and you're in that head thing for, I think it took 2.5 hours.
I wouldn't do it.
Here's part of what we're talking about. Indiegogo is one site our viewers may be familiar with, that may be new to them. That's one place you started for funding. What was the experience like, the success level? Did you get what you wanted out of that?
We did, and we've gotten more, and now they've actually kept us up past our date because we were so successful. We were actually at one point the number 4 in the world most trended film on Indiegogo.
How? Why is that? I mean,
Beats
the
me.
concept of your film, the concept of your film, or did you do such a good job spreading
Every
the word?
day we were doing updates. We had cast interviews. We were, sending out photos with anything that we were doing on the project. We were always constantly updating people on social media. And I think people just got behind it.
Where do we stand now? You've started shooting. Are you done?
Oh, yeah. No, we're probably about in the middle of it right now. Actually, we just did a 17-hour shoot day at JD Circle Inn, which is in Omaha downtown, and it's right, little south of downtown, and yet it looks like it's in the countryside. And they are awesome. They let us film there all day. And
Do you have a release date in mind yet, or is it too
yes,
soon?
we're going to be at Exarban Cinema. February 4th is the big premiere, and then we'll be screening there every Thursday throughout that month, and then ending February in Fremont Theater as
That's
well.
great.
Oh,
But before we get to any of that, we have August and a bowling party in Council Bluffs.
Who doesn't love to bowl?
Hello. So they're continuing to raise money. Again, this speaks to they want the film to be awesome, and awesome costs money. So tickets for bowling, $10 at Thunder Bowl on the 15th. We hope you can be there 3 hours, carve it out, go join the cast and crew. They'll be happy to see you. And if you aren't down for bowling and you'd rather go online to Indiegogo, you're welcome to head to the site, search Endor. It's easy to find from there, or just email if you'd like to be part of the project. Guys, thank you.
I like how you set the release date. You're still shooting though, but then you have the other half is the editing process. So you got a little bit of work to do.
Yeah.
Well, we wanted it to be October originally, but we knew that was going to be a dream
Now
to get
those
that.
things go, yeah.
Thanks for joining
Thanks
us
a lot,
today.
Michelle.
It's a
Thank
pleasure to meet you. Friday, we welcome the Prairie Gators. Check out their signature sound and where you can see them live this summer. That's at OmahaMorningBlend.com.
So we're going from shooting a movie to something that should be easier, shooting family photos, though it doesn't always work out that way, does it?
No, this Omaha Monday, recommendations from our panel of bloggers, including where to go and how to enhance cooperation from everyone in the family.